agenda, the liquor licensing.
Thank you very much. I'll probably,
And thanks to all the participants. Thank you.
good night.
Thank you also.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Ms. Martinez, there you go.
I think actually, since this was a work session that we just completed, Mayor, you'll need to call the meeting to order and we'll need to take roll. This is a special or not a regular meeting, a special council meeting as the same format as any other regular council meeting.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Suizon. Appreciate it. Okay, since this is a new meeting, I will now call this meeting to order. Will everybody please stand for the pledges of allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
And to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God.
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Miss.
I will also note, Mayor, that, that's why Robert Rudder is no longer an attendee. He is now a panelist. Sorry.
All right, good. So next we'll have a roll call
Yes, sir. Mayor Coleman,
here.
Councilor Broyles,
Here.
Councilor Daniel,
Here.
Councilor Griego,
Present.
Councilor Carson,
Present.
Councilor Hensley,
Here.
and Councilor Behill.
Here.
All councilors present and a quorum has been declared.
Okay, thank you. So I believe we have the liquor licensing part on the agenda, and I'll turn it over to Ms. Martinez.
Okay, so this was continued from last week. This is the hearing that you need to determine whether to consider if the background results indicate a concern with the good moral character of the applicant for the transfer of ownership application of the hotel and restaurant license from Cattails Golf Course to the Reeds at Cattails. I accepted this administratively on November 9th. And generally I'll handle these administratively and they're only brought to council upon a reason. So the background results returned a few items that were of concern. So we wanted to bring it before you guys and give the applicant the opportunity to explain those to you.
Okay, so at this time, do I have to open it up as a public hearing at all? Or do I just bring it to council?
No, Mayor, this is not a public hearing. This is for council consideration. So it's a council matter.
All right, thank you. Okay, so I'll recognize council members by your hands being raised over there in the panelist section. And I see one hand at this time raised, and that's Councilor Carson.
Hello, Robert. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
So I actually don't I don't have concerns with the background check issues that came up personally. My concern more was just I was just curious as to why you missed the meeting last time. That's my only question.
Yeah, I was working. I forgot about it, and then I didn't get the text message until after the rush was over, and then as soon as I checked my phone, then it was a thing. So I vowed that I would be here this week, and I am.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I just was curious about that. I was just, to be honest with you, I was just irked that you had missed the hearing. You know what I mean? And so that was my only concern with the whole thing, because I just was like, well, why isn't he here? But all right. Thank you for your answer. I appreciate the honesty. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Carson. Up next, we have Councilor Hensley, followed by Councilor Brawls, followed by Councilor Daniel.
Hey, Robert, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm actually super excited about the restaurant and I'm excited about everything you're doing. So I just wanted to start there. I guess, we all have hiccups in life, things happen. So I guess I would just like to hear sort of, you don't have to dwell or anything, but obviously you've had those few hiccups. How are you taking that and how are you going to be able to move forward and sort of, I guess, where you're going from those hiccups.
What hiccups are you specifically?
So obviously, I think part of why we're here is because of the background check. So the DUIs, things like that.
Yeah, the DUIs that were in 1998. Yeah, I had a rough part of my life, not making good decisions, and I got a couple of DUIs in a couple of years. My record's been clean since then. I did have to go back to court for one of those DUIs, and I ended up having to, and I had to fulfill my deferred sentence, and which I did, and then that's when I went to culinary school, and everything's been on the up since then.
Awesome. And that's all I really, like I say, it wasn't to dwell or make you to feel bad, but obviously we wouldn't be doing our due diligence if we didn't, or if I didn't ask. So then my next question, honestly, is what do you plan to put into effect? Obviously, as we're especially excited, I'm hoping to have a really strong spring, summer, fall. You're going to have lots of servers, things like that. And so what are you going to do to just make sure that we're not serving minors and that type of thing and over serving?
Oh, well, my staff is very experienced at this point. The three people that I've hired so up to this point are all in their 40s. Have been in this industry for 20 years plus. We always card, always make sure people get a ride home. We're going to be working with Little Stinkers to do ride shares and get people home safe. Yeah, just a general protocol, make sure if you're underage, you don't get alcohol.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Hensley. Up next, we have Councilor Brawls, followed by Councilor Daniel, followed by Councilor Griego.
Yeah, Robert, I do appreciate your interest in our golf course out there and the restaurant. I've been a member out there a number of years. It's always good to have a good restaurant there. So I appreciate it. Let's see, I guess my first question is, you understand the responsibility of having a liquor license and managing it well. And since this is kind of like into the city, we want to have a good reputation out there, that there's no violations of any liquor code.
Right, I agree. I agree 100%. We will promise.
Have you owned a liquor license before?
No.
And so have you ever been denied a liquor license?
No.
Do you have any problems with, you don't have any alcohol or drug or narcotic addiction?
No.
And then my next question is, how about state and federal taxes? Are they current? Did you file a 2019 tax return?
I have not filed a tax return yet, but we will. We are in process of doing that. We're getting all our QuickBooks together and getting our ducks in a row before we do that.
Do you owe the IRS any money or any?
No.
When will you be filing those 2019 tax returns? Because
before February, I'm sure we'll be getting that done as soon as we can.
Okay, all right. Those are my questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Brawls. Okay, up next we have Councilor Daniel, followed by Councilor Griego, followed by Councilor Carson.
Thank you, Mayor. And thank you, Mr. Rudder, for being here. We do appreciate that. And starting a business and trying to figure that out with us. So thank you for that. Most of my questions were answered, but I just want to clarify on Councilor Hensley's question regarding the training and ensuring. I can't stress enough how important that is. Both, I think, to me as just a citizen in this community, but definitely as a city council member. So have you done formalized training or curriculum training with your staff? Are you sending them to training?
No, we haven't yet, but we have some online courses that are going to be set up through our POS, through our point of sale system.
Okay.
That all encompasses all of that, and our serve safe and all that kind of stuff is all going to be doing online. as soon as we get some more staff, right now we only have 2 or 3 people. Not saying that we're not going to, because we only have 2 people. I'm saying once we start getting, 4 or 5 people, then we can all sit down and really have a conversation about it. But as for now, the 2 people that I have employed for me, we've all been in this industry for a long time. I've been in it 25 years. I know Olivia Martinez, she's been in it 20 years, and she's worked in several different liquor situations, and she's never had a problem. And, yeah, we're just moving forward, and that's our top priority.
Okay. And have you, I don't think so, because I think it would have showed up, but have you or anyone on your staff ever been cited for serving underage or over serving?
Nope.
Okay.
And I've worked in a lot of liquor situations, and I've never been cited.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for that. And I know this feels pretty pokey, so I'm sorry for the poking, but I appreciate you sharing with us all of these things. This is a big deal. Giving a liquor license to an establishment is a big deal, especially in our small community. So thank you for indulging our questions. That's all I have, Mayor. You're muted, Mayor.
My next, Mayor.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Councilor Daniel. Councilor Riego, followed by Councilor Carson.
Thank you, Mayor. I didn't have a question. I had more of a comment. I've known the Rudder family and Robert for quite a while, and they're a great family. And and also being in business for 37 years, anything that we can do out there, because we've had a problem finding somebody to take over that restaurant at the golf course. And it's dug a hole so deep that anything that we can help to bring that thing back up and help Mr. Rudder, I think it is something that, if he didn't have that, and I hope that it goes good for you, because you've taken on a task, Robert, that is it's gonna be a tough one, and to build that up again, it's been in a hole for I bet you 6 years or more. It's going to be tough. So anything I think that we can do to help him to make that a successful business, plus give our golfers and whoever wants to go out there a nice place to go to, I think it's a positive thing. So good luck, and I hope that it goes real good for you, Robert.
Yeah, thank you, Councilor Griego. When we decided to take this over, it was a decision that my whole family was involved in, and yeah, we understand that's a mighty weight, and that needs to be lifted. But we're 100% confident that we're going to be able to do this, and the city's helped in all ways. With our agreement on the contract, I'm super happy with it. Hopefully we could just keep going on moving forward, and we don't have to shut down again. That was, the day after I got my temporary liquor license, we went into the red, and and so we had to go to takeout at that point. December was a tough month for us. But it's looking up in January now, and moving forward, we're just gonna plow through it. And as you know, I ran this kitchen for 7 years, and I thought we were making some headway, and so and then everything changed, and so I don't see any reason why we can't get back up to that status again of being the top place, and being open, from morning to night, year round, and all that good stuff. Because I know right now we're on a little bit of a limited schedule because we're just trying to get everything started and don't want to dive in too crazy. So, but thanks for the confidence and the offer to help, and you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Councilor Carson.
One quick comment or a question for Holly or the people that are using Zoom. If we could add the chat feature for our next meeting, at least in a limited capacity, so council could talk, because I just wanted to shoot Councilor Daniels this comment. And so anyway, the training that Counselor Daniels was talking about, Robert, is tips training. And I think it's probably a good idea to have you and all your staff go through it just from a practice standpoint. It's actually really good. I used to own a bar and we did it down south and it works really well. I just wanted to iterate that I didn't mean to come off jerky. I wish you luck. You're an excellent cook. I loved when you were cooking at that was the Blue Fox, and it was awesome food. And so I wish you luck and I want you guys to do great. I just was trying to get that point across that it's called tips training. And so it goes a long way for liquor licensing and for your staff, their credential basically. So just
Good
wanted to run that by you.
No, that's great. That's great. And I go a long way back with you, Counselor Carson. So
Yeah. And so I appreciate
No
it. And I
offense.
just wanted to, that's why I
no
said
offense
I
taken.
didn't, no, yeah, I had no issue with the thing. I was just last week, with the meeting and all that. So I just wanted to tell you good luck. And now that you're open for in-house dining, I'm going to go eat there. So
Good.
because you're an excellent cook. So thank you guys and
Thank
good
you.
luck with that.
Thanks.
And just Holly, just mentioning about the chat feature, because I was just going to tell Counselor Daniels and I couldn't. Thank you.
I think we'll talk more about that chat feature later. In regards to comments, we have one more with Counselor Hensley.
I was just going to say there's more than just tips. I used to be a Serve Safe alcohol trainer all over the valley and for Chili's, etc. So I think, Robert, if you've got something going with Serve Safe, they have a very good one that's very comparable to tips. So whichever one you choose, but I think it is good to choose one. So.
And I'm
Yes.
sorry, Counselor Hensley, I wasn't pushing any particular brand or entity. I just was trying to tell him that there was formalized training that he could get and have this certificate, and it's great. So thank you.
All information is good.
Okay. Up next, we have Counselor Griego.
Mayor, I was just gonna ask what's our next step is do we need a motion to do the transfer or what's the process, Eric?
I think we need a motion to approve the transfer.
Yeah, a motion to approve the transfer would be fine since it did get pulled for council discussion. You've got to make a resolution.
Okay, well, if there's no further questions, I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve the transfer of ownership application to the Reed's Cattails.
A second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and I just had one comment. I didn't have anything to say about the licensing, but Robert, I just want to let you know I applaud you for trying to start one of the most toughest, difficult businesses there is in the most difficult times there is, and has been in a long time in the restaurant business. And I can vouch for the food there. I've eaten some food there and it's been very delicious. Unfortunately, we weren't able to eat there, but we were able to carry it out. So thank you so much. And you all are doing a great job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? All right, Ms. Martinez?
Okay. Counselor Behill,
Yes.
Counselor Hensley,
Yes.
Counselor Carson,
Yes.
Counselor Griego,
Yes.
Mayor Coleman,
Yes.
Counselor Daniel,
Yes.
and Counselor Broyles.
Yes.
The motion carried unanimously.
Okay,
you.
good. Thank you, everybody. So good job. And we wish you much success, Robert.
Yeah. We're just couldn't be more excited.
Good deal, good deal. So I don't see any other items on the agenda, and I don't see any hands raised. So at this time, this meeting is officially adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.